Daniel Jebbison is out for a month with Preston North End after training with an external trainer, and that caused a bit of a stir this weekend because head coach Paul Heckingbottom said that he wasn't pleased with these trainers going ahead with these social media likes training sessions without having insurance on a player and stuff like that. Caused a bit of a stir within the Canadian soccer space. I know friend of the show, Matthew Shinetti, put that out there and the BBC reported on it. What do you think of this, Brendan? Should players stop training with external trainers?
It's funny, right? Because it's like, long gone are the days, and we all knew this, where you could just show up to preseason and get in shape, or you could just, only work out at practice or at training. And, we demand this, the teams demand this, that the players are at extraordinary levels. And, that is in part why they work with these trainers. In addition to, as the manager, puts out, they are looking for likes and they are looking for clout. And so are these personal trainers that are, luring them into some of these training programs and stuff. I mean, I think in general, look, it's always a risk when you're doing any type of personal training. And these guys know this. And, the similar types of injuries happen at the club all the time, but of course the club has every right to be upset that they've incurred some physical injury not working out with them and not working out with their certified staff, right? So it's a real catch-22. It's kind of a difficult spot, but it also goes to show how different today's players are from even 10 years ago, where I don't think that you would have this type of outburst for that. And if you did have even this type of incident, we'd be talking about someone at the elite end, not someone that's just looking to make a name or keep their place. You'd be talking about LeBron or Brady or someone aging out that's trying to keep it. And we all hear about how much money LeBron spends on his body outside of what he's doing with the Lakers or whatever team he's playing for. So I understand why these players do that, and it sucks for Jebbison because that's someone that really needs to have a great season. I really wanted to have a good preseason. So he's off to a really bad start at Preston, which is unfortunate for him because it's a huge, huge campaign for him.
Yeah, what kind of stands out from this is just how did this happen to a point where Heckingbottom got to where he got, where he had to ban this sort of practice, which again feels like an extreme measure because, as you mentioned, when you think about it externally, like you get where he's coming from because there is a lot of clout chasing in that world, and there is a lot of grifting, so to speak, with how that whole industry works. At the same time, are you really going to be mad at players who are keeners, right? Who are putting in the literal extra work of showing up to training and whatnot and doing all those extra miles? Granted, I guess you understand, like I mentioned on the last point, the championship's a grueling season. He's probably thinking, man, just protect yourself because come February, you're going to regret maybe doing a bit too much when it's hitting the dog days of the season. What I just don't get is where was the communication with all this, especially with Jebbison. He's a unique case because he's contracted to a Premier League club that obviously has fantastic facilities, a fantastic staff, well connected. Bournemouth, seem to be doing a lot of great things with their club off the pitch. Now you're heading into a championship club, which I imagine also has strong services. Was there not communications between all the various physios, various physical trainers, kin guys, all these people that they'll have on the books at both clubs to figure out a plan? Because again, like you mentioned, injuries happen all the time. The fact that Heckingbottom lashed out after an injury like this suggests that obviously this has been an issue before, and it was something that was eating at him. And you just wonder what was the communication channels like in this case, or were they there and Heckingbottom's more? Because when listening to his comments, it does sound like he was also pretty pissed at the fact that this happened last year with other guys, and maybe this was just kind of one of those drop in the bucket, and Jebbison unfortunately is in the wrong place, wrong time kind of in this whole scenario.